Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you, and today we are going to talk a SARMS stack, the SARMS healing stack, MK677 also known as Nutriball, LGD4033 also known as Anabolicum, and MK2866 also known as Osterin. But before we get into that, just a big, huge shout out and thank you to everybody out there supporting the channel. I cannot thank you all enough. The likes, the shares, the subs, the comments. It's going a million miles to help the channel to grow. If you haven't yet, please do these things for me. Subscribe, like, share. It's going to feed the algorithm. It's going to help us grow, and it's going to allow me to produce more and more content for everybody out there each and every day. Also, today's video is being brought to you by letsgetchecked.com. Letsgetchecked.com specializes in at-home blood testing, and they do it all. I'm talking hormonal testing, male tests, female tests, wellness tests. They do COVID tests, sexual health tests. What they do is they ship you your kit, whatever you decide to order, to your home. You do the blood test, send it back to them. They run your results in real time. You're going to have nurses and doctors there to help you at all times. You can track everything online. It's discreet, it's simple, it's easy, and you can save a lot. Gemelli 30 will save you 30% off your entire order. Letsgetchecked.com. Now, let us talk about the SARMS healing stack. Between two things, fat loss and injuries. Those are the two most common things that I get questions about in terms of what can I use for fat loss and what can I use to help me heal my injuries faster. Well, and I've talked about peptides that do help. TB500 and BPC157 would fit into this stack tremendously. But this is just the SARMS healing stack, and I'll talk about those separately together. So, we've got MK677 and MK2866, which are known for their healing benefits. LGD4033 has reported by many users small amounts of healing benefits, but it fits in even better with the stack, not only because of the healing benefits it has, but the other strength and size benefits that you can get from it as well. Rebuilding muscle and helping to build more strength and build more muscle. So, MK677 is a secretagogue. It's not actually a SARM, and we've talked about that before, but it's going to act, it's basically the closest thing to HGH you can get without actually running HGH. So, as we know with HGH, it's a long-term thing just like MK677 is. And the beauty of this is you've got your short actor with your MK2866 and your long acting with your MK677 in terms of results. So MK2866 is very powerful for healing. It's my go-to. And you're getting that short-term healing while the 677 is building over the long term. All right? And you're going to notice it continue to build and build and build, aside from the other benefits that you're going to see with MK2866 and MK677. Being that 677 carries the HGH-like results. Better hair, better skin, better sleep, more lean muscle, great for fat loss. Then you've got your 2866 benefits. It's very, very versatile. It does help to burn fat. You're going to get strength. You're going to get lean muscle. You're going to feel great on it. And then you got your LGD, which does have some healing benefits as well, but it's one of the most superior SARMs for size and strength. And this combination together is tremendous because it's a clean, dry cycle. Some people will get water weight initially with MK677. We've talked about that. But over time, the fat loss is tremendous, just like with HGH. And studies prove that. There are studies that date back into the 90s that actually cover that and prove that. But the main thing that we're looking for with this stack is the healing. And like I was saying, you get that short-term healing with the 2866 while the 677 builds. You're cycling 2866 and LGD4033 no longer than 12 weeks, but 677, and studies go up to a year of use. You're going to run that longer term, whether it be 3 months, 6 months. And I've covered MK677 in great detail, so you should watch that video in terms of length of time that you want, feel comfortable running, and any conditions that you may have that may not warrant that type of run. If you're diabetic or anything like that, you steer clear. You don't even touch MK677 nor HGH, for instance. But generally speaking, it's going to be well tolerated 6 months, at least 3 months. So this cycle, it's a 12-week cycle, but you continue on with your 677, as I said. Your MK2866, 25 milligrams per day for men the first 2 weeks, then you can bump it to 50 the last 10 weeks. For females, I would start at 12.5 milligrams per day for 2 weeks and then bump it to 25 the next 10 weeks. LGD 40, and 2866, 24-hour half-life, you take it once a day. LGD4033 for men, 10 milligrams per day, dosed once a day, same half-life. For women, 2.5 to 5 milligrams max with LGD. I'd prefer you to be in the 2.5 range. The 677 is also dosed once a day. However, this one you want to take before you go to bed, 25 milligrams per day for men. Women, I would be in that 10 to 12.5 milligram per day, and there's no need to go any higher than that as a woman. So both men and women can run this. The difference is if you're a man, you will need a mini post-cycle therapy, which I've covered in detail in another video, but in short, you're going to want to pick either Clomid or Novadex, either one. You're more than welcome to run a testosterone booster, which will be helpful. And then I always run GW501516 in every post-cycle therapy for a multitude of reasons. The top two are that it does help to control cortisol, which is a gains killer in PCT, and cortisol gets elevated, and that's the last thing we want. And GW is going to be beneficial for recovery in terms of it's going to keep your performance levels high when they're normally lower in PCT without having any sort of negative effect on your natural testosterone recovery. And so I use it in every single PCT. It also helps with cholesterol and blood pressure, which can suffer on most cycles. So that is your SARMS healing stack. If you want to get all the benefits that I talked about, enhanced healing as well as the major aspect of this, where you're getting that long and short-term healing, it's going to help you with nagging and more severe injuries. Just don't think that this is a magical potion where you're going to take this and you've got a torn ACL and it's going to shed 3 months off. But it's going to enhance your recovery process. It's going to make it smoother. It's going to allow you to build more muscle and preserve muscle in the process. You're going to feel better. You're going to recover quicker. So there's a multitude of benefits and reasoning here and why this is the go-to SARMS healing stack. And like I've mentioned before, my recommendations, Umbrella Labs and SARMS. FORSALE, SARMS for sale. I've done videos on these companies and why I trust them. Those are my recommendations for the people that are wondering and want to ask. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.